Hey, this is Gio, and I have a broken window. Happened earlier this year, kind of winter. I didn't want to deal with it, so I taped it up, kind of closed the curtains, out of sight, out of mind type thing. But it's about time I deal with it, so let's start at it. So the first thing is just to get this old tape and protective coating off. I use this painter's tape. It helps protect the paint a little bit, although this is kind of old paint. And so first just get the cardboard off of this thing. So as you do this, make sure to be very careful with the glass behind the cardboard. I didn't remove most of the big panes. Again, I was kind of lazy and I didn't really want to deal with it. So I have a storm window behind here. So I didn't think it was a big deal. I just kind of hit everything behind everything. But as you can see, there's some big shards of glass behind here that you really need to be careful with, because if they fall down, they could easily cut your arm, your hand. And I should actually be using gloves. I'm going to be putting on some gloves in a second here, but let me get this off first. Okay, so I got the cardboard off, and you could see how real dangerous this is. So you have some small pieces and some large pieces. These large pieces definitely need to be broken some more. You can't really pick them out, but I want to be really careful. I have the storm window on the back, so you just want to tap them. The closer to the bottom you can is the better. Just do this a couple times with the bigger pieces. Again, try to do it closer to the rim. This one actually may be coming out. There we go. And then this one might be able to come out by its own. Just kind of rock it back and forth. The glaze holds onto it really tightly. So with your gloved hand, you just want to try to work some of these things out. Clean up all the mess. Put them in a bag or a box. And just be really careful cleaning this all out. So I got most of the glass, the larger fragments, but I'm kind of left with these little tiny things that I can't quite pull out very easily. And so sometimes you just need to get some pliers, little needle nose pliers to help you, and you want to lift up really gently to grab these things out so you don't cut yourself. Because when you're squeezing on these things, sometimes the glass will break, like right there. So you want to do this really carefully. You could also use other tools like little picks to kind of pick them out. If you don't have those, you can use little scrapers like these, or even this is a paint can opener. You can sometimes kind of follow that into the crevice and kind of work it out. But just kind of find some appropriate tools that work for you and very carefully take them out. Don't use too much strength or you will cut yourself. See, these are breaking and you can't quite get them out, so that's where these little picks really come in handy to try to force some of these smaller pieces out. Just work them out really carefully. Basically what you're trying to do is, this is the original wood. This is the original glaze. When the original paint went in, it went against this wood, and then the glaze was puttied into this side to hold the glass in. And so you're just basically pulling the glass out of that little glaze area, and then we're going to be chipping away at this glaze. So I'll see you in a bit. So I've pretty much cleaned up all the glass on the sides of the windows, but I do have some cleanup to do. I have a lot of glass back here which I really need to clean up first. I really recommend before you go on to the next step from this part is you want to get all the glass out. You want to sweep the floor, sweep the sides, vacuum if you have a little portable vacuum. Try to make it as clean as possible so you do not cut yourself with some of the next steps, because there'll be remaining glass. No matter how clean you get your area, especially when you're chiseling things out, there will be little remaining shards of glass on the side, and you can get cut even by those little guys. So just try to clean it as perfectly as you possibly can. So I have a little shop vac here. Try to clean up the remainders of the glass. Turn it on here. Shop vacs are really handy. This one's pretty old, but still works really well. I'm going to finish up cleaning this and then sweeping up the floor. And again, it's really important to try to get this as clean as possible. I'll probably even wipe it down with some towels and some cleaner, just so I make sure that I don't cut myself while I work on some of the next steps. Now, as I cleaned, I started noticing that I did miss several little pieces of glass. You see, right in these little crevices, there does remain some glass that I missed. And so again, you've got to make sure you get all this glass. You'll eventually get it all out, but you want to get all the glass out that you're aware of before you start the next steps. Because it's the glass that's dangerous. It's not the here's some more. It's not the old glaze, so taking out the glaze will be our next step. So I hope I gave you a couple of pieces of advice about how to do this. So I'll see you next time.